Unable to find face mask plugin.
It's okay. What up, y'all? It's a book club. I don't know if anybody's here yet.
No one's here. Or maybe they are and it's just delayed. I was just talking to Kristen and T, so I know they must be close to here.
We'll wait a second. Let everybody settle in. Get yourself a coffee/tea.
Hey, Kristen.
Great.
Hello, Dion Box. Sorry, Matthew Cruz.
Kristen!
Hello, Brittany. So Kivox is wearing my perfume.
I'm not. I'm wearing my perfume because...
He stole it. It's clearly a women's perfume. It smells very
Why?
womanly.
Why is it a woman's perfume?
Oh, are you one of these people?
Excuse me.
It's definitely
just
very
because
feminine.
I can't wear nail polish just
you
because
can
I'm
if
a
you
boy.
Want to. It would look weird on you.
What if I wear black nail polish?
I noticed that one
and
of the comments.
Eyeliner.
Dude, that's so sexy.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, hello Gilbert, and the gaming nerd, and hello Dad. Hello Dad. Bucks Beast.
Hello, Dad. Hello. What up, son?
That.
What up, son?
Gilbert. Hey.
We're going to be talking about a
Hello?
book today, just so you guys know. This is the book club for the week. This is the middle of the week? The end of the week book club, right? The end of the month, I mean, book club. Okay.
So, Morgan Poole, do I remember you from the last live stream? Your name sounds familiar. I'm kind of bad with names, though. Of course she's eating. Oh, so your boyfriend came back.
So you never tell me who's talking, so I don't know. No, I'm saying... I don't remember because she's the comment reader and she never tells me who's talking. And sometimes whenever it's T, she'll go, "Who do you think said that?" And I'm like,
it's either Kristen or T.
I know.
What happened?
Oh.
All right. So, we're apologizing in advance to people that are kind of new to our channel and are new to the book club because next month's pick
is going to be a sequel.
It's a sequel.
You were having so much trouble getting that out. Are you okay? Anyway, we're going to be spoiling and talking about and reviewing, and you guys are going to be talking to us about Shadow of the Fox. She's on her phone.
I'm writing in the book club, so I can tell them the date. February 24th, 2019. It's a Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it is a sequel. You know, the first one's kind of long, so we'll just talk about it.
We'll just talk about it now, and then let people, stream or seep in.
Yeah.
That's the one that I'm going with. This was the first book. It's Sufficiently Advanced Magic, and it's probably my favorite book of last year.
I would say definitely. It's the only one you talk about all the time.
It's my favorite book of last year. I love it. Highly anticipating reading this guy right here. They're pretty long books, as you can see. But if you haven't read this, I definitely recommend reading it and then reading this with us as well. It may be hard to read all of this if you're not a big reader, but
there are audiobooks.
Audiobook's great. The audiobook is great. That's what I listened to. So this was I recommend getting this, and then we're reading this on the 20. When are we doing the live stream?
24th, February 24th.
All right. Well, we'll go over that again at the end later. I just wanted to give you guys the heads up. Start reading now, and you'll be able to catch up. Okay. You okay?
Do you guys have our relationship? Are we in a relationship? I mean...
Brother and sister.
Oh my god.
Can't you tell? We're like twins. I'm the sister. She's the brother.
Uh-oh. There's a previous poll on there. I don't think we can get rid
Yeah,
of
no. I mean, it's fine. Just ignore that. We're not polling today. We're just we're just telling you guys what we're reading. Because I am reading this book, and I want to talk to you guys about it, so that is my decision on this one.
Hey, Charlie Tango, long time no see.
Charlie Tango, geez, that is a name that reminisces the past channel.
Skyward's live stream is next Sunday. We had to do it like that. Unfortunately, I'm going to sneeze.
Disgusting. Oh, God. Stop.
Excuse me. We had to do it because we are going to be away. But yeah, it is so hot in here. I'm going to die.
It's not hot at all.
Anyway, for this month, we read Shadow of the Fox by Julie Kagawa. And, yeah, I'm guessing a lot of you read it if you're on here. because that's what we're doing. Is we're totally spoiling this book. I should give up on life today because
Just
I
get
can't
out of here.
talk.
I'll do this by myself.
It is a Japanese inspired, I'd say, fantasy story. It's literally written like an anime. If you have ever seen Naruto, Dragon Ball, there was a hint of something else in there too, and I can't remember now.
I mean, it's
Maybe like Inuyasha.
It's like, oh yeah, Inuyasha, because of Inu.
The dog.
Yeah.
That's a dog though, not a fox.
I understand that, but he looks like a fox.
The nine-tailed fox is like the Naruto.
Yeah.
But anyway, like if you've ever like watched those shows, this book, you can tell that there's a lot of like the same Japanese type lore pulled into this that they used. Oh, the title of the stream for me is Wand Talk.
It shouldn't be. Maybe you joined up too soon. Sorry. I mean, honestly, it shouldn't be.
No, we changed it. Remember this happened last time?
Yeah.
Just leave it.
YouTube is weird. Just refresh, or we'll see you guys in the next one. If you're here for wands, we're not talking wands today. We're talking the book thing.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it does look like it didn't. No, that was Friday's live stream. Weird. I mean, it should have saved. Anyway, let's just move on. You were talking about the book. Oh, you wanted to read comments?
Yeah.
Wrong thing, sorry. Yeah, looks like it on here. It still says that.
Yeah. I don't know. You didn't highlight it.
I was entering it.
Oh. We always have technical difficulties during these book ones. I don't know why.
You don't give me enough time. You come up too late.
So, I think I gave this a 4.5. Because I really, really, really did enjoy it. Even though it is very, like, anime tropey, like, I still really enjoyed the story. I kept wanting to come back, kept wanting to know more, and I really just enjoyed it all the way through. I don't think it was quite a 5-star because nothing in it was mind-blowing enough to make it a 5 stars. But I still enjoyed it to the point where I kept wanting to read it and wanted to know what was going to happen in the end. And I'm really excited for the next one. I think it's actually coming out this year.
The second one? How old is this book?
It came out like September. And then T, I think it was T who told me to check the back for like a glossary, and there is a glossary. So the next one is called Soul of the Sword. T said she thinks she gave it a 4.75. Can we make it big again? Okay.
I'm just worried that people are showing up that are here for the wand stuff, and
I know. Sorry, guys. We know it's not wand talk. All right. I just joined. Charlie says I've literally never seen an anime, so I think that took away from the book for me because I was going in so blind. I liked it, but it was
no. I think it's
3.5.
better if you didn't watch anime because I feel like if you did,
you've seen too much of the
it's
same
like
thing.
it's like I could predict the whole thing that was happening.
I think
it was like a video game encounter after video game encounter.
I feel like
it was very
people though that
predictable.
aren't into anime can get very intimidated, and correct me if I'm wrong, Charlie, but people who have never studied Japanese or watched anime can get very intimidated by the terms that they use because they are all Japanese terms. They intertwine Japanese in with English a lot in this, and I feel like I studied Japanese for a while, but I'm not fluent by any means. And he's watched a million animes, so like we both have Japanese language in our background in some way, shape, or form. So like I feel like that did help a lot because I didn't have to look up too many of the terms. Like I said, I'm not fluent, so I did still have to look up some of them. But I do think it helped me get through it without like having that problem, which I think if you don't watch anime, you may have run into something like that. And that's when I was on the Discord and I was like, man, I'm so shocked that like they're using so many Japanese words because people are going to be confused. And then T was like, why don't you check if there's a glossary? Yeah. All right.
So everybody is basically confused because the title got messed up again. This sucks. I hate when this happens. I get so frustrated.
the audiobook, I did listen to it and I read it, and I thought the audiobook was really good too. And the narrators, they did a really good job saying the Japanese words in like a Japanese accent, I guess you would say.
They were all the actors were like Japanese.
Were they?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh. And
in the
one
audiobook,
guy,
right? Yeah.
like the guy one, he kept saying this stuff so fast. I was like, geez. And if you had it like even
You picked the
faster,
same cup that I did.
I know.
What are the odds?
It was hard. Soul of the Sword comes out in June. I'm so excited. All right.
Does anybody want to know what I thought?
She said, I think this one set up the world really nicely, so I'm actually looking forward to the next one. What did you think?
I thought it was like a 3.5 to a 4. It was okay. I thought the characters were decently done. They were not super tropey. You know, I thought that the
It was anime tropey, but not YA tropey, like the typical YA books.
Mm-hmm.
Like it didn't follow a lot of those tropes, which I kind of like the fact that there wasn't like romance in it.
Yes, there was, and it was like a little awkward, and in the way as like the characters were awkward, and it was interesting. But yeah, I would say maybe like a 4, a low 4, like barely a 4 for me.
Okay. All right. Thank God for the audiobook. It was fun to learn about it, but hard to follow at times. Even if I really liked the book, it was kind of really predictable. Yeah, like I said before, I don't think that anything in it was like, oh my God, crazy. I think the most unpredictable thing that I came across was that, I don't remember anyone's names now, but the guy that was at the bridge with, like, fighting people. And he turned out to be like
king
the prince or whatever,
yeah.
like from that royal family.
And I didn't realize it was him until he remembered the girl that he met that was probably dead in the first chapter.
Yeah, I can't remember her name, but she is dead. Suki.
Yeah, he remembered her, and I was like, oh, was that guy? I should have known because they said he had white hair when he was falling off the bridge and stuff, and I was like, ah. But like even when they were fighting that like centipede or whatever it was, I was like, shoot it in the eye or flip it over and hit it in
Zelda.
Hit it in the belly, you know, like
yeah.
It has armor, but that's where the weak spot is. And that's like something that I think happens with stories a lot is if it's a like take Black Panther, the movie, right? A lot of people that watched that movie weren't into comic books, right? But they watched that movie and then they were like, "Oh my God, this movie's really, really good." And it was probably one of the mediocrest, very predictable superhero movies. You know, it's just like the same. Like, hey, I'm a superhero and I got to fight my doppelganger. Basically, at the end, it's like every other superhero movie has that trope that basically like they fight themselves, another version of themselves. And this was exactly that. But a lot of people that went to watch that movie had never seen a Marvel movie, and they didn't realize, hey, these are pretty good, you know, and they're like, oh my God, this is the best movie ever. Same thing that with this book. I feel like a lot of people that aren't into that type of thing went in and they're like, hey, this is pretty good, you know what I mean? And then they're like, oh, maybe books like this aren't so bad. And I think that happens a lot, which is good because it brings more people into things that are good, like introducing them to something different. Do you need to read something or something? You seem really not paying attention to what I'm saying at all.
No, I am.
But you were like this.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You glance over at me.
Because someone said, I have one question, that is, do you have a room with the sole purpose of holding all of your books? Do I have a personal library? No, not yet. So basically where we record is where all of our books are that are across from us. But eventually this will probably be a library. Let me start up. This is Kristen. Let me start up by saying I enjoyed how the beginning started with the two characters, and then I totally forgot about them for a while, and they came back to play really well, in my opinion. I agree. If you've ever seen, like, Memoirs of a Geisha, for some reason, like, I imagine the main bad woman in that to be, like, that woman in the beginning. I can't remember her name now. Who was the main bad chick that turned out Lady Satomi? So I kind of imagine her. But I thought she was a well-written bad guy character. Bad woman.
Okay,
well, you don't
red
think so?
neck.
Man.
She was good, bad like woman.
I think the two main characters got together way too fast. Geez, give them time. They became friendly and started their journey together seconds after they meet. I guess, but that happens in anime all the time, which is why I say, like, this really reminds me of, like, an anime. Or a manga, if you prefer reading them. Harry Potter is really good, but I like these books, too. I think, I think Yumeko spelling, you almost spelled it right. It's just it's M-E instead of M-I. Was very trusting, and I was slightly concerned about it. Yumeko is the
main chick.
Girl.
Yeah.
So her name means, like, little dreamer. Because Yume is dream, and Ko you put after, like, anything to make it little, like, so. But, you know, just, I had a lot of fun.
Inu means that, too, in Portuguese.
Inu?
Yeah, Alfredinho.
Oh. So, like, for example, I can't today. Cat is like koneko is a kitten, but a cat is neko. Koinu is a little dog puppy. Anywho's, I like that, like, really in this book, like, going in and, like, trying to figure out what the characters' names meant and stuff like that. So, like, for instance, the sword Kamigoroshi means God Killer. Like, I thought that was cool. And then, like, the demon in the sword was Hakaimono, which means thing that destroys. So, like, and that's stuff, like, that wasn't in the glossary, but if you, like, look it up, I thought it was really cool. By the way, my book came, like, really strange. Like, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this.
You can see it. The pink. The way you were holding it before, you can see it better. Like this.
Wow. Yeah. The pages were glued right here.
Right there. See the
Someone
edge.
said sometimes the story didn't make sense. I don't know. I mean, I was never confused during it. Yumeko grew up in a temple, so sheltered, so I get why she's naive at times.
I feel like the story was, like, super simple. That's like the new Fantastic Beasts 2. It was super simple. But everybody's like, oh, it was so confusing, it didn't make sense, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like,
But even though they joined together and became friends, I like that it wasn't insta-love. I totally thought there was going to be insta-love in the beginning. The very first chapter, when that, the Suki sees, I don't know what's his name.
What's the Suki?
Suki, the girl that died in the beginning. When she meets that guy and it talks about, like, oh, he's, like, the most beautiful guy she's ever seen. Yeah. I was like, oh.
And then she dies.
Here we go. And then I was like, okay. Taiyo was, like, his surname. So Taiyo was the man Suki met in the very beginning of the book playing the flute. I don't like anime, but maybe it's better in a book because you can make it by your one.
Why don't you like anime? It's the same thing. Maybe you're just watching the wrong ones. Like,
he was fighting his feelings the whole way. I mean, I thought that was kind of cool, though. Like, I don't know. I didn't mind it. I mean, you kind of, in any story like this, you assume that, like, the main characters are going to end up together, and that's just
sorry.
That's just the way, like, YA is nowadays, I feel. Like, you almost can't get around it. Oyster Fun, he makes more than 10? What? Who glues pages? So no joke, a week after I read this book, I couldn't help but just randomly think Kage Tatsumi's name, again spelling, I think he spelled it right.
Kage means shadow.
It does. I just love a lot of the names, especially since I heard them. So yeah, Kage means shadow, but I don't know what Tatsumi means. Who is Kage? Kage Tatsumi was the Ronin, right?
No.
Or was
he was the Kage.
Oh, the main guy character. I'm so bad with
the
names.
Shinobi.
Got it.
Come on now.
Oh yeah, what was that other guy?
Just think Kage, ninja, Naruto, Hokage, Kazekage.
I really need to
Eokage. That was a good one, right?
Doesn't that mean like to poop?
Stop like it. That? Stop spoiling my language.
So, I need to, next time we do a book, I need to have a list of character names and who they are because I can never remember.
You could easily do that.
I know.
You could just put a little sticky note on the
Someone
first
remind me
page.
what the Ronin's name is. I can't remember.
The Ronin or whatever.
Ronin. I read the book Noah. No. Yes, we know there's a book called Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Speaking of watching the wrong anime, what's a good starter anime? Preferably something on Netflix.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Or
Death Note.
Death Note is really good. Yumeko, or means Child of Dreams.
Depends. Like if you want something serious, I'd say Death Note. If you want something more fun and action packed, Brotherhood. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. What else is there on Netflix? I don't know. I mean, so this book was like good, but I feel like it was good.
Also, like,
it didn't have a lot. Like, I don't know. The characters were all great. Like, I think that was the strongest part of it. Is the characters were interesting and they were like diverse enough in a way that none of them react the same way to the same problem.
Yeah.
Right? They all have their own solutions, which is, whatever. But it's interesting. Like, it was like a party. It was like a video game party. Every person had their role in, like, every situation.
Yeah, you have a mage, a rogue, a tank. Okay. I'm a bit scattered, but the guy who was the filthy dog was a bit much. I can't remember his name, but he just kept on about how he was a filthy dog and couldn't be trusted. So, that's the thing, though, in Japanese, like, not even lore, like, real Japanese history is Ronin were, like, a huge thing in Japan and Japanese culture are all about honor. And, like, if you can't be honored and have honor to your name, it was, like, a really bad thing, and a lot of people hated it. So, if you were a Ronin, a dishonored samurai or something like that, like, they really got looked down upon, and, like, it really was a really bad thing to be. So, I don't really feel like it was a little too much, like, if you know a little bit about Japanese history, because, like, it really makes sense that he would be like that and that they would be like that, and it was honestly kind of shocking that he ended up coming on their journey with him, because I feel like in the real world he wouldn't have been trusted enough.
Yeah, but it was only because of the girl that was naive and didn't know.
What is it? Oh, his name is Okame. Kame meaning
God.
Turtle.
Oh, you said it wrong.
Kami is God.
You said
Kame
it right. I understood you wrong.
Turtle. I don't know what. Ronin is what he was. So he was I don't know how to say it. He was a samurai.
A thug.
Yeah, but he, like, broke the samurai.
No, he got, like, fired. Didn't he get fired?
I don't know.
And then he was just like, all right, I'm out of a job now. I'll be a criminal.
Only anime I know is Dragon Ball. I mean, Dragon Ball's really good.
Dragon Ball's good.
Oh,
but
gosh.
It's, like, not actually good. It's just, like, a classic good. It's like one of those that you should just watch if you like anime.
You thought Ronin is his name, too? No, his name is Okame. I forgot everyone's name, but I swear I'm going to make a list next time and write down everyone's name, because that's really bad that I host this and I can't remember people's names.
Yeah, I'm telling you, just put a little sticky on the inside, and then just as somebody new comes in,
Yeah.
just write down, like, this is, and then just put, like, a quick description, like, the thug guy, or, like, the samurai ninja dude,
it's a good idea.
The prince guy, or the fox chick.
So I wrote
dead
down
girl.
certain things. Like, I wrote down Kami Goroshi, Hakai Mono.
No, but I'm saying you should just put it all on one little
Yeah.
sheet, one page.
I got a little pissed off at one point and wrote a note in here because what happened here? She basically told someone that she was going to go to the Steel Feather Temple, and I think it was our main guy character, the shinobi, whatever his name is. I think he was like, oh, I'm gonna come along to, like, for you to show me the way type of thing so that he could take the scroll, yada, yada, yada. And it pissed me off because she never told him what she was gonna do. And he was like, hey, I'm gonna come find the Steel Feather Temple with you. And I was like, what? Like, you literally never said it. And then I read back, like, 10 pages, and I was like, she never told him.
Are you sure?
I'm positive, and I wrote it down. I said, annoyingly inconsistent. She never told him she needed to go to the Steel Feather Temple. She only said Hidden Temple. So, like, it is stuff like that. Like, sometimes I just
I see. So it was just like one of, like, she didn't specifically say the name of the temple. She just said temple. Okay.
And then the guy was like, "Oh, you're going here. I'm following you." I'm like, "Wait, you don't know where she's going. She never told you."
Maybe the hidden temple is that temple.
I guess it's a little far-fetched in my opinion. That was the only thing that annoyed me, so I made it a different color tab.
That's my solution. I've solved it for you. You're welcome.
Taiyo, I wrote that. And then Taiyo also means sun in Japanese. Which, like, makes sense because he was, like, the Taiyo family was the golden family in the city where they went. So it was, like, the sun. Alright. I'm gonna buy that book. You should. I think it's pretty darn good. The only thing I dislike just a little bit, because it's always there, 17-year-old killing machine, trained all of his life to kill. I agree. I feel like our main guy character feels older than he is. Like, he should be older than he is. Kage Tatsumi.
But if he wasn't young, it wouldn't be young adult.
I know. That's what sucks. So. But I agree. I 100% agree that, like, Yumeko is written a little childish, I feel, because she's so naive and that whole thing, but he's definitely written like he's at least in his 20s.
I have a question about young adult books. Is it young adult because it's about a young adult, or is it young adult because it's for young adults?
I think it's about, because you never find young adult books about adults.
I think so. So I think that's a big thing about, like, for me, going into a young adult book, I'm like, I don't want to read a book for young adults. Because that's what I thought it was. I think they need to, like, figure out a way to tell people that it's not for kids.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? It's just about young adults.
They are written differently, though. They are written for that audience. They're not necessarily written for, like, an adult audience.
Well, what does that mean? It just doesn't have sex? Because that's all. No,
they do.
That's all that, like, adult books, like,
no, there is definitely.
What I'm saying is the way that they're written. That's all that they are. They're just, like, more boring and have more sex in it. That's it. Because they all have violence. Plenty of violence. You know?
It's weird how I don't have a lot to say about the book, even though I really liked it. I agree. It was kind of like cookie cutter, like anime style. Because, like, okay, so some of the things that make it, like, anime tropey is the scroll. Like, you have that in Inuyasha, where, like, a piece of the jewel, like, it's spread across. You have to capture the pieces. Dragon Ball.
What was it?
I don't remember. Dragon Ball has the 7 Dragon Balls that you have to go around and collect to summon the dragon, which I thought was really cool because this has something like that. So if you have all 4 scrolls and...
Oh, it's only 4 pieces?
I think so. And if you collect the 4 scrolls...
I thought it was 7.
You can say the 1,000 prayers and then summon the dragon and basically have a wish, I believe.
7 is the most magical number.
So that's very tropey. Their traveling thing to get to, like, the place
Journey to the West.
Huh?
Journey to the West.
What is that?
That's what Dragon Ball was based off of.
Oh.
And that was, like, the monkey. Remember? Goku?
Yeah, Son Goku.
Son Goku? I was like, Goku.
All right. For me, the extent of talking about my feelings for a book is I love it, like it or hate it. Blah, blah, blah. Also, speaking of the Steel Feather Temple, I know it's setting up a series, but legit, the whole book, I was waiting for them to get to the temple, and then it was over, and I was like, really? I mean, that can be a disappointment, which I can kind of see why that would make your rating less. I knew that this was not going to be a standalone.
I have something to say about this when you're done. Go.
I knew it wasn't going to be a standalone, so I figured just knowing anime tropes and knowing the type of book that this was, I knew that there was no way they were going to make it there, or they were going to make it right at the end. What?
I have a story exactly like that.
All about how?
When I went to watch Lord of the Rings at the movie theater, I did not know it was a trilogy. And I was so confused. I'm like, man, we're like 2 hours in. This movie's just getting good. And then they look out into the mountain, and they're like, someday we'll get there, Mr. Frodo. And I'm like, what just happened? Why did this end? And then my friend's like, yeah, it's like they're making a sequel to it. And I'm like, what the hell did I watch this for then? I was not expecting. So that's kind of like that same thing, you know? that they felt. But for me, it was way dumber because one, I was a little kid. I had never read the book, so I didn't even know Lord of the Rings was based off of a book when I watched the movie. How sad is that?
So Kristen says, yeah, I don't have a lot of talking points, but I did enjoy it. Nothing too low or too high happened for me. It's not a lot of things to be like, oh my god. Like I said, the only oh my god moment I had was like, I can't believe I didn't notice that was the same character, the guy on the bridge. But I feel like that shows that the writer was good at doing what she wanted to do. She wanted to deceive you, and she did a good job at it, at least for me. Charlie says, like, it was such a meandering plot with no resolution, and again, I know there's more books, but their whole goal never came to fruition. I agree. So
they made it part of the way, though. Like, they rescued the guy.
Well, they made it to the guy's temple.
Yeah.
That was going to help them get to the Steel
Part
Feather
one
temple,
of the journey is complete.
which is totally how animes do it.
And the chick died. The queen lady, the whatever, right?
Oh, yeah.
I was not... Who killed her again? I was not expecting that.
We don't know who killed her.
Oh,
a new guy comes.
It was like
end.
her master, right? Or whatever. Was it her master?
I don't know.
Okay.
Seigetsu. The small yokai bowed.
While you do that, is that Tyler right there?
Yeah.
I do want to get that game. I'm just waiting for it to go like on sale or something because I know I'll only play like a couple times, but you know. I want to get it. Let me know if it ever goes on sale.
Like, if you don't know about Oni and yokai and yurei and all this stuff, it's like all of that could get very confusing in this book. Like, yureis are ghosts. Yokai are like little demons. Oni are like big demons. But that's, if you watch anime, you know that stuff. If you don't, I would have been glued to this glossary like every 5 seconds.
But then you would have figured it out right away.
You would have. I still feel like the yurei, they didn't like
You also have Google. Just Google it.
I think it was Seigetsu. The small yokai bowed and da-da-da-da-da. Satomi is dead. My task is done. Ghost of Suki shimmered, becoming a ball of softly glowing light. Yada, yada, yada. I don't know. I don't think we know the character that killed him. Her. It. Hello from Japan. What's your name? I can't read that. The kanji. You can write it in katakana or da-da-da. When they're older, it's not YA, it's new adult. I thought new adult legit for the longest time
was like a new age adult books.
No, was like
That's what I would think.
Every time I ever read a new adult book, it was like all about sex. And I thought like new adult books were like romance, but like half the time they're just like having sex.
Nude adult is what they should have called it. Got him.
I went yesterday to a movie called Shadow. Also, why aren't they at all worried about the other scrolls? That's a good question, to be honest, Charlie, and like one I didn't think about. Like, I think they're not worried about them because they're safe. And at this point, they're very hidden and secret and safe, and they're not really worried about someone going to find them to know the 1,000 prayers. But I feel like this one is very unsafe, and people know that it's not safe, and that's why they're coming after it.
It's like the Infinity Stones. You got to get one at a time. You can't get them all at once.
But they're all going after the same one, and I feel like it's because...
What do you mean? There was like 2 people going after the same one. That's it.
Well, Satomi was summoning a lot of things, yeah. So, like, it was actually only one person.
It was one person going after the thing, and she was just focusing on that one.
Do either of you have a least favorite adaptation of a book you like? That's a good question.
What does that mean? Like a movie? Yeah.
I guess. Like, least favorite?
Adaptation of a book.
I'd have to think about that.
I mean, was it Beautiful Creatures? Was a really bad movie.
There's a bad book, though.
No, I liked it. I liked the book. I liked the music. Remember the music? Yeah. That was cool.
One scroll at a time, Charlie. I need it all at once. Hi, guys. Sorry I'm late. All right, you read that message. Side note, I like the Kitsune we met towards the beginning of the book. She cracked me up, but also gave me insight into the Kitsune's life and mind. Well, the Kitsune is...
the dog. The one that she met. The old lady that she met.
Oh, yeah.
And she, like, made her food and stuff.
She was, like, training her and stuff. Yeah.
She's like, what?
Because Kitsune literally just means fox. So it's, like, a fox person in Japanese. Where are we?
I don't know. There's
I'm
more.
from the Netherlands. Oh my god, yes, someone please explain to me the epilogue. No idea who killed her, what was going on in the final scene. I think it was just like like it was a new character coming in, and now you're like hyped to see who this new character is in the next book, and he comes in and just like kills her no problem, and it's like, what? Dude, she's obviously very powerful because she was able to summon all these demons using the blood magic, and like it's not easy to use, and even if you do use blood magic, summoning the things that she was summoning is supposed to be very difficult. So obviously it's someone powerful, and it's interesting because maybe he's on her side, maybe he's not. We don't know. Like, it could be someone that just wants her out of the way so he can also get the scroll, which is probably going to be what it is because, I mean, I can't imagine. Then we have no bad guy, right? Star Trek Online is actually 100% free. You don't even need PS Plus. Game itself is free. You don't need to spend actual money to play.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the VR one. You know, the Bridge Crew one? That's the one I want to get.
Who's the eldest of you two? I'm the old person. Epic new adult joke, Kivox. My name is Rice. Meekachii's...
Like Gohan?
Is that what it was? Gohan means like...
Bowl of rice?
No, I thought... Gohan is like meal or like lunch or something.
I was always told that it meant rice.
Because Bang Gohan is like dinner.
I was always told that it was rice growing up, but also
could be.
I was told by other American kids that didn't know anything about Japanese and we were just growing up watching Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball, okay? So I don't know.
Gohan name meaning. Cooked rice as a meal.
Yep.
So I guess so. But I know that, like, I don't remember the word for breakfast. It's been a long time since I studied Japanese. Meekachii's favorite book series, I mean, aside from Harry Potter?
God's Grave.
Nevernight is really good.
I
don't know if it's my absolute favorite. I just, like, I think R.A. Salvatore will always, like, hold a special part of my heart. Because I, like, grew up, like, my teenage years were, like, devouring Salvatore make poop. Alright. I read 50 Shades of Grey in front of my teachers. Okay.
Why?
Kivox, I love beautiful creatures too. I feel less alone now. That's T. Oh, look at you guys bonding.
It's pretty good. I didn't finish the whole series, but I like the world that they created, and I really liked the first book. But the movie was terrible.
My kitty, I don't know. She's downstairs.
I tried to watch it the other day.
What?
Beautiful I tried to finish it because we started it and we
never
finished it. And I tried to pick it up where we left off.
I'm telling you, I
was like, man, first of all, both of these actors are so ugly. And then I was just like, I don't want to watch this anymore. Their weird Southern accent is just weird. I don't think it's real.
I don't remember anything about it. I got to like the third book, I think. I think I read 3 of the books. How many are there? 4?
I don't know.
I think I only didn't finish the last one. I don't know.
I was on the second one.
Alright. The new character was the guy that showed up and saved Yumiko in the alley from those weasels. The guy with the smoky, like... Didn't he have like a smoky kimono type thing? Like the black one? Is that him? I don't know. Now I have to go.
I don't think they know. I think they're just... guessing. They're like, oh, they're predicting that's that person.
No, she said the new character was the guy that showed up and saved Yumiko. And then Charlie said, oh my god, it was.
Again, like, maybe it's just a guess.
I'm 98% sure it's the same guy.
See? Predictions.
That's pretty cool. So I guess he's a good guy. Maybe it's her dad. Keep waiting for her parents to pop up. You know, that is something that, like, I didn't even think about. What was supposed to have happened to her parents? I don't remember.
They probably died.
Or died in the YA world. That's pretty cool. So I guess he's a good guy. Maybe it's her dad. Yeah.
Reading Harry Potter, did you ever think that Harry's parents were alive?
No.
Me neither.
But I feel like that's a good thing.
That could have been easily like a thing that she played with.
Yeah.
Like made you think that possibly one of her parents was still alive or something, but she surprisingly
But you have to realize, too, that J.K. Rowling at the time of, like, she was going to make the death a lot less brutal and a lot less crazy, but her own mother died as she was writing it. And she went through this, like, realization that, like, death is, like, a very brutal and crazy thing, and, like, you can't romanticize it. And, like, she's just gonna make it brutal, and that's it.
But she did romanticize it. add
you know what I mean?
magic
Like,
to death, and
yeah.
it's romanticized.
And make the love.
Yeah, the
like,
love thing
thing
is the thing that saves him. So. I get your point.
Beautiful
but...
Creatures movie is a piece of. The first 2 books were really great. The last 2 were okay. Is this thing in the back of your Shape of Illuminate? Is the thing in the back the Shape of Illuminate? I don't know, dude. Oh, the Shape of Illuminate. Parents are gonna come into play probably.
What's Illuminate?
I don't know.
Oh.
In the Shape of Illuminate. Parents are gonna come into play probably in the next book or 2. That's a Deathly Hallows symbol. Brian Cox's book for kids on science, chapter 1, A Test for Gravity, throws it in the bin. Hi, I just wanted to apologize for my English. Alright. Sorry, dude. I know this says it's a wand thing, but it's not.
Something messed up with YouTube, and they put it in as the old title for the same live. Sorry.
Rowling's
See you in the next one.
Mother dying made the books what they are, sadly. I think her parents left her at the temple with a note saying she was going to play an important role in this. Oh, yeah. She had, like, an important role in the whole thing. And that's why, like, one of the reasons why they trusted her.
What?
I remember now. Because Yumeko was dropped off at the temple with a note saying that she was going to be an integral part of, like, life eventually. Oh, Illuminati. So they left her to keep her safer, I thought. She had a vision about her, and so her mom left her at the temple. I don't think either of her parents are dead. I don't know. I didn't even think about it, to be honest. Like, she doesn't really reminisce about her parents.
She doesn't know anything. She was a baby.
But a lot of times, like, you get those characters that get obsessed because, like, they want to know who they are and what happened to them, whatever. And, like, she's just not like that. So.
But now somebody could show up and be like, I'm your dad. And she's going to be like, oh my God, you're my dad. You know? And how does she know it's real? And then they could play that thing where they're like, I'm not actually your dad. Ha 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 ha. You know?
We're so used to characters without parents, we don't think about them most of the time. I guess that's true. I never do. If they don't have them, I don't think twice about it. Have you read anything by Melissa Marr? Graveminder? No. Nothing. I think that's all I've got.
I think that's all, yeah. So next month we are going to be reading On the Shoulders of Titans.
Which is a Titan book.
Which is book 2. This is book 1.
I feel like the covers don't match at all.
They don't. Even the color of their uniforms are different. These are like green for some reason. This
cover is like way cooler.
And it's supposed to be the same uniform because you can see that they have the little red shoulder spikes. They have the red, like little red shoulder spots. See? And I don't know if it's supposed to be the same characters. That's his sister, right? I'm assuming because she has fire. And that's him with his like ice sword.
I legit, not gonna lie, I need to go and read like a synopsis and like recap of the first book because I remember nothing.
So if you can and you haven't read this one, this is my favorite book of last year. This is my top pick of last year, and then I'm very scared about reading this one because I want it to be really good, and I'm hoping that it's really good. At least read this if you don't end up reading this, and you can go back and listen to the live stream that we did for this guy, and then come and eventually listen to or watch this one. I don't know why I keep saying listen.
Because like you listen to the books.
Like we do a podcast. The audiobooks are great. If you guys, they're good. I'm excited. I'm really hoping that it's good.
I'm almost done with Skyward.
Oh, when is this again, by the way?
That one is February 24th.
February 24th. Okay, and then next weekend, this upcoming weekend, we are doing
Skyward
on Sunday. So a week from today, we're doing Skyward. That's the other book, and then we'll pick the second book for next month.
Third. No need. There's a 15-page recap before it starts. Dude, this author is awesome for adding that.
I'm like
see what I mean? This feels like it's been opened before.
I'm so excited right now. Yeah, you're right.
Grosses me out. Hi guys.
Recap. And the map.
That's awesome because I definitely need a recap.
Look, what are these names? Shadow?
Mana types.
Oh my god. Don't look at the top of my head, guys.
Recap
I don't like when people look at the top of my head.
Magic. Dude, that's amazing. Because I'm definitely going to need it. Yes, there is going to be one for Skyward on the 3rd. If I can sneak out for 10
They're
minutes.
too
more.
old. They look like adults. They're supposed to be like young adults. Like, and I'm saying like, how old are they supposed to be?
Have we ever thought of teaming up and writing our own book?
No. I can come up with some good ideas, but I wouldn't be able to write at all.
I would be able to write it if you gave me the ideas, but
yeah,
I hate writing.
But we're not good writers, you know?
We're not writers.
I'm really good at like finding plot holes and making sure that stuff works, like logistics stuff. I would be good at that.
There is no reason to recap if an author does a really amazing job at recapping in the books. I've never heard about people complaining about J.K. Rowling and Harry Potter not recapping because I feel like
she explains
it enough to where you don't need it,
mm-hmm.
and it's perfect the way it is. Like I really feel like you never need a recap.
I read when I was a kid. I read the first book and then I read the 4th book. Why? Because I'm an idiot and I was a kid, and I wasn't. I obviously
you didn't have a lot of money growing up, and your parents probably just bought whatever one they had.
Yeah. So I missed out on stuff, but I still understood exactly what was happening in that book. You know what I mean? And it was enough. Like all the books are kind of their own thing until you get to the end, and it's like they call back a lot. You know, so it's a little different. But I really want to read this book now. I've been.
Dude, this legit looks used.
Then just replace it. Get a different one. Exchange it. Jeez.
I just feel like it's probably one of those things where like someone that worked at Amazon was like, "What was this?" and like cracked open the spine for me, and I'm like, "Why?"
And then licked it, and then coughed all over it, and then like rubbed it, wiped their butt with it.
They probably did.
And then that's what that is right there. And then they try to clean it off. They wiped it off. I'm like, oh, got a little black spot there. Can you see? Probably can't see it. Too bright. No, you can't see it. How many?
Oh, really? Kristen said my key. Look, my key looks great today. My hair, your color's on point. I was thinking it looks super yellow and gross.
I was gonna say something.
I literally looked in the mirror and I was like, ooh.
You were like, my hair looks yellow, and I was like, yeah, it does. It looks mad yellow. I will be posting, for those of you that are here, the 20 of you that are watching, that are interested in wand stuff, I will be posting a new Wands Day probably tonight, around 7 or 8 my time. My tie.
All right. Thank you guys. Thanks for watching.
Spit it out already.
We're actually going to be filming the winner.
Oh, we are? Okay.
For all of our giveaways. So I think we're going to put it all in one video, like the major giveaway and the book giveaway that we have going on right now. The winners. So yeah. Thank you guys for watching.
Next week, next book, and then start reading these, guys.
Yes.
Do it. And if you guys aren't on whatever, what's it called? Audible? There's a link down below. I think there's like a discount code. It's one of our affiliate links, so go check that out.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining. Bye.
Bye, bye, bye.
How do you turn it off?
You gotta move the mouse. Tell me where to go, right? I'm not gonna look at the computer.
I don't know where to go. Okay.
Where am I?
Okay, wait. Go down.
Down.
Down. Oh, no, up. Oh, wait, stop. Left.
Left.
Left. Right
left.
there. Right there.
There?
Yep.
Click?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna click.
Bye.